Coming up on Innovations, advances in automated external defibrillators are simplifying saving lives. This and more, all ahead in the next half hour. According to the American Heart Association, sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 killer in the United States, affecting men, women, and children.
A sudden cardiac arrest event is when someone's heart stops pumping effectively. After a certain period of time, whether it be 15 to 30 seconds, when that heart isn't pumping effectively, that person will become unconscious, unresponsive, and not breathing. An AED is an automated external defibrillator, and it works by having 2 pads applied to the victim of sudden cardiac arrest. When those pads are applied, it automatically detects a heart rhythm. If needed, it'll shock the patient, stopping that lethal heart rhythm, allowing the heart to reset on its own. For every minute someone's in sudden cardiac arrest, their chance of survival decreases by 10%. Not knowing CPR and not having an AED, someone's chance of survival is maybe 0 to 5%, possibly 10% chance. The survival rates when an AED is available can be as good as 80 or 90% chance of survival.
While currently all 50 states have some degree of AED law, statute, or code, few organizations are fully educated on these laws and their responsibility.
Since we're taking the responsibility of having these life safety devices, the AEDs, in our school sites, I feel it's very important that our personnel, our staff, our students know what the requirements are to house those in our schools. On top of that, you can have fancy AEDs, but things do expire. So you definitely need a good monitoring program in place to make sure we're keeping up new batteries, that we're getting current electrodes put in with each one, and also inspection every month. Just make sure the monitor's in good functioning order, because you never know when an emergency situation is going to hit.
As the worldwide leader in AED sales and management programs, AED Authority provides the opportunity to achieve positive outcomes in very real circumstances.
AED Authority is a company that specializes in maintenance of AEDs, the supply of AEDs, and also management programs of the devices. We've been in business a little over 9 years, and we specialize in the supply of the devices, but also more importantly, the management and taking care of the devices once they're deployed, to assure that everyone is in compliance with state statutes and various legal requirements.
AED Authority offers an array of support services to properly implement and administer the key aspects of a public access AED program.
AED Authority has AED Concierge, which is a full-service AED program that ensures compliance with all the stringent state statutes and laws to own an AED. We track all the battery and electrode expiration dates, and we will ship them out 30 days prior to expiration. So we take that off the AED owner's plate. The state also says that you need to have a log of all your visual inspections. So through AED Concierge, we have a web portal that the end user will just log in on a monthly basis and log their inspection. If the AED shows that it's not ready to rescue, then we would be alerted to that, and then we would get on the phone and call our customer and troubleshoot with them. If a customer forgets to do an inspection, they are going to get an automated email reminder once a month. And then if it goes beyond that, we'll actually have our concierge team pick up the phone and call and say, you need to check your AED, because the worst thing we want to happen is a person to put their AED up and it's not ready to save a life.
We came up with the idea of the AED Concierge program in order to assure that AEDs are always rescue ready and will work when needed. I came from a software background, and I understand that software is one thing, but it's always the services behind it that really make it valuable. So what we were able to do is tie in some web portal information. We're able to tie all the AEDs throughout the world into a central database. And what we really are is a database management company. We're tracking serial numbers, we're tracking expiration dates of electrodes and batteries, making sure there's trained personnel at each site. So what we're really doing is making sure the entire program is locked in place and really ready to save a life.
We do in Aurora Public Schools have 41 AEDs. And yes, that is a lot. So having a monitoring service definitely keeps peace of mind, where there's always a monthly email just to remind staff to check their AEDs, input that monthly inspection, and then if something's coming to expire, we definitely get a warning email saying, hey, this is going to be expiring in a month. We're sending out new stuff. Please, replace the items when you receive them. So that's definitely peace of mind on my part.
AED Authority reduces liability for other organizations by assuring that each company is really taking care of the device. And what that means is making sure the devices are maintained properly, make sure what's called dispatch notifications. So what we do is we contact the local 911 dispatch centers and let them know the exact placement, type, and location of an AED once it's put out in the public. And it's really slick. So what happens is when someone calls an emergency 911, hey, this guy dropped down with a cardiac arrest, the dispatch center will know that the AED is around the corner and they'll give them directions where to get it while someone else might be doing CPR, and at the same time, obviously, sending first responders to the scene.
When you have the opportunity to bring a family back together after saving a life, it's invaluable. I mean, it's absolutely the best thing that anyone could ever feel in their heart to know that they just made a person or a family member's life that much better and brought that family back together. It's amazing.
I still get chills, and it makes me just love what I do every day. I got into this industry because I had a friend that had a sudden cardiac arrest. And she was not in the public, she was at home, and she didn't survive. For me, it's really personal. And when I get a phone call that there's been an event and the life was saved, it makes me feel amazing. Doing something where you know you've saved somebody's life, I can't imagine anything more rewarding.
For more information, visit www.aedauthority.com.